Good morning, dear students. My name is Ferhan Mazher, and the subject today we are studying is Cambridge O Levels Mathematics Syllabus D. We call it DMaths 4024. Today we have set our hearts to solve a paper 2 of this subject, and for this purpose we have selected May-June 2023 2 paper. This paper 2 belongs from the Zone 2. The time allowed for this paper is 2 hours and 30 minutes, and the calculator is allowed in this paper. So let's start today's paper. So on your screen, the paper is showing up. So here we go. The total marks for this paper are 100. Question number 1, and it's A part. A shop buys some fruit. The table shows the bill for this fruit. Find the value of the P, Q, R, and S. Okay, so let me, first of all, if you want to find the value of the P, the value per kg for the oranges is 1.35, and the quantity they bought is 72 kg. So simply multiply the quantity with the price per kg, you will get the value of the P. So very simple. So the P will be equals to, let me show you. The P will be 72 multiply 1.35, and that will be $97.2. $97.2. So we now know the value of the P. The value of the S, we can find that. We know the total cost price for the peers is $51.30, and they have bought 45 kg of the peers. And what is the price of 1 kg? Just divide the total cost with the kgs, and you will get the price per kg. So for the S, it's very simple. S will be equals to 51.30 divided by 1.45, and that will be $1.14. So now we know the value of the S. Once you know the value of the P and the value of the S, you can find the value of the Q. The value of the Q will be from the total bill, the total cost price, subtract, let me take this, subtract this, and subtract the P value. You see the P value is 97.25. So 25.50 and also subtract this, sorry. So 25.50 plus the P, which is 97.2, plus the Q, plus the 51.30 will be equals to 240.30. So the Q will be equals to 240.30 minus 174, and the Q value will be 66.3. $66.3. So now we know the Q value also. We know the P value, we know the Q value, we know the S value. So these were the questions. Then their question is, what is the value of the R? The value of the R is very simple. Once you know the Q value, we can find the value of the R. We know the cost, and the P value is 66.3, and the price per kg for the avocados is $1.95 per kg. So divide the 66.3 with the 1.95, you will get $34, 34 kg. So the R is 34 kg. So I hope you understand, and this is that first part. 97.2, 66.3, 34, 1.14. These are the values of the P, Q, R, and S. Let's check. 97.2, 66.3, 34, and 1.14. So our answer is right. This is my solution. I hope you understand how this A part has been done. Now we are on the question number 1, and it's A part and its second portion. The shop sells all this fruit for a total of $325. Calculate the percentage profit. Now we know, you see, the cost is $24.30. The sale is $325. The profit is sale minus cost. So the 325 minus 24.30. So 84.7 is the profit. So the percent profit, is the profit divided by cost multiplied 100. So the percent profit will be 24.7 divided by 240.30 multiply 100. So this is 35.25%. So the cost is, the percent profit is 35.25%. 35.25% is the right answer, sir. This is the solution. Okay. Question number 1 is B part. In 2022, the shop's total sales were $34,974. Its first portion is a pie chart is drawn to show the item types that make up these total sales. The sales for the fruit were 9,720.70. Calculate the angle representing fruit on the pie. We know the total sale, we know the sale of the fruit. So if you want to represent this on a pie chart, so the sale of the fruit divided by the total sale multiply 360. Whenever you want to convert this into so angle of for the fruits will be 9520.70 divided by 34974 multiplied 360, and that will be 98 degrees. So the angle will be 98 degrees. 98 degree is the right answer, sir. This is my solution. Okay, and here we go. So then we have B, first part is B portion. The angle representing frozen food is $46. Calculate the sales for the frozen food. Okay. So we know that the angle which is representing the sale of the fruit, that's 98 degrees. And that means in money, it's 9,520.70. So I'm going to use the method of proportion. So angle and sale, 98 degrees, which was the sale of the fruits. And that means in sale, it means $9,520.70. And the $46, 46 degrees, that means X dollars, which represents the frozen food. So 98 by 46 will be equals to 9,520.70 divided by X. You cross multiply, get the value of the X, and that will be $4,468.9. $4,468.9, and that is right. This is the solution of that B part. Okay. So question number 1, it's B part and it's the second portion. The shop's total sale of 34,974 in 2022 were 4.4% increase on the total sales in 2021. Calculate the total sales in 2021. So this is the sale in 2022, which is 4.4% increase in the total sales in 2021. Calculate the total sale in the 2021. This is a question on the reverse percentage. So we will suppose that the sales in 2021 were X. So X plus 4.4% of X is equal to 34,974. So let me show you. So suppose that the sales in 2021 was X dollars. So then there is a 4.4% increase in that sales, and now the sale is 34,974. So X plus 4.4 divided by 100 into X is equal to 34974. So take the LCM on the left side. 100 is the LCM. So you will have 100X plus 4.4X, the whole thing divided by 100 is equal to 34,974. So it is 104.4X divided by 100 equals to 34974. So that when you make X alone, so the X will be equal to 34,974 multiplied 100 divided by 104.4. So you will get 33,500. 33,000. So in 2021, the sale was 33,500. 33,500 is the right answer, sir. This is my solution. Hope you understand. This is. Now we are going to the question number 2. It's A part. He says one chocolate bar costs P cents and one A packet of sweet costs 75 cents. Tanish pays $9.10 for 5 chocolate bars and 8 packets of sweets. Form an equation and solve it to find the value of the P. So each chocolate bar is of P cents, and 1 packet of the sweets cost 75 cents. So they have bought 5 chocolate bars and 8 packets of the sweet. And the total money is 9.10. Because this is in cents, this is in cents, I will convert this also into cents. So 5p plus 8 multiplied 75 will be equals to 910 cents. This is important that I'm taking all the money in cents. So 5p plus 8 multiplied 75 is equals to 910 cents. So 5p will be equals to 910 minus 600. 8 multiplied 75 is 600. So 5p will be equals to 310. So p will be equals to 310 divided by 5, and p will be equals to 62. So the value of the p is 62 cents. 62 cents is the right answer, sir. This is the solution. Okay. Question number 2, it's B part. He says factorize 6AC minus 27C. So here, whenever you factorize, so the important thing is you take something common. So I can take common. Here 3 is common and C is common. So we will take that common. So very simple, straightforward question. Take 3C common. So you are left with the 2a minus 9 inside the bracket. So 3c bracket start, 2a minus 9 bracket close. This is how you factorize it. So our answer is right. This is the solution. Question number 2, it's C part. He says, write 3m square n divided by 10 multiply 5n divided by 9m as a single fraction in its simplest form. So when you will solve it, and we will write the solution. So we will have the numerators will multiply with the numerators, the denominators will multiply with the denominator. Here 2 fractions are multiplying with each other. So you will have 15m square n square divided by 90m. 15 and 90 will be cancelled, and these 2 can be cancelled with each other. So you are left with mn square divided by 6. mn square divided by 6. And this answer is right, sir. This is the solution, and we are going to the next part. Question number 2, D part. He says, rearrange the formula y equals to 3x squared by 5 to make x the subject. X the subject means you make x alone on one side. So this 5 which is multiplying here will go on the other side, it will divide. Then this 3 which is multiplying will go on the this 5 here multiplying, dividing, so it will go on the other side, it will multiply. That 3 which is multiplying with the x square, that will divide on the other side. And then we will take the square root on both the sides. So you will have 5y equals to 3x squared. So x squared will be equals to 5y divided by 3. Then I will take square root on both the sides. So the x will be equals to plus minus square root, and under the square root we will write a fraction which is 5y by 3. So 5 square root of the 5y by 3. Square root of the 5y by 3. This is my answer, sir. My solution. Okay, question number 2, it's E part, and it's a 4-mark question. He says, a group of k numbers has a mean of 56.8. The number 52 is added to the group. The new mean is 56.5. Find the value of the k. So the number of observations are k. So the mean is 56.8. So you can find the sum. The sum is the mean multiply the number of observations. So then you added 52 in it, and the new mean is 56.5. Now the number of observation has become k plus 1. We know the mean, that is 56.7. So from here, I will find the sum of the k plus 1 observations. And then from both the sums, we know that the difference between them will be of the 52. From there, I will be able to find out the value of the k. Okay. So you can see the sum of the k numbers divided by the k, that is equals to mean. So sum of the k numbers will be the k equals to 56.8. So sum of the k numbers will be 56.8k. Sum of the k plus 1 numbers divided by the k plus 1, and that is the mean is 56.5. Now the sum of the k plus 1 will be equals to 56.5 bracket k plus 1 bracket close. So that is sum of the k plus 1 is actually the sum of the k plus 52 is the number which you added in it. So sum of the k plus 52 is equals to 56.5k plus 56.5. Now sum of the k we have already found, that is 56.8k. So in the place of this, I will put this. 56.8k plus 52 is equal to 56.5k plus 56.5. So you will have 56.8k minus 56.5k is equals to 56.5 minus 52. So you will have 0.3k is equals to 4.5, and k will be equals to 4.5 divided by 0.3, and k will be equals to 15. So the k will be equals to 15. So this is how this question is done. And this is showing up. So the value of the k is 15. So I hope you understand how this is done. K value is 15. So our answer is right. This is how it is done. I hope you understand. Okay, so we are going to the next question. The next question is question number 3. His question number 3 is A part. Here we have a diagram which is not to the scale. So here we have an equilateral triangle. We will start reading the statement. This is an equilateral triangle. And so the diagram shows the equilateral triangle B and the part of the regular polygon A, which have a common side. The interior angle of the polygon A is 165. So this angle here, this is the interior angle of that polygon. That is 165. Okay. So, and this is equilateral triangle, and this angle is 60. This is equilateral triangle, so it's each angle is of the 60 degree. This angle is 60. This angle is also 60. So this here 165 plus 60 plus y is equals to 360. So from here we can find the value of the y. He says that let me reduce the size so you can see the whole thing. Okay. He says the diagram shows the equilateral triangle B and part of the regular polygon A, which have a common side. The interior angle of the polygon A is 165. Find the value of the y. So y plus 60 plus 165 will be equals to 360. And from there, I can find the value of the y. So the y value will be, it will be y plus 60 plus, wait a minute. So y plus 60 plus 165 is equal to 360. So y will be equal to 360 minus 60 minus 165, and the y will be 135. So the value of the y is 135. The value of the y is 135. So hope you understand. So let's check y value. Y value is 135. Okay, so he says to calculate the number of the sides of the polygon A. If you want to find out the number of the sides of the polygon A, the interior angle of the polygon A is given, and it's a regular polygon. In the case of a regular polygon, if you want to find out the interior angle of a regular polygon, it's very simple. The interior angle of a regular polygon, the formula is 180 bracket start n minus 2 bracket close divided by n. So internal angle is equals to 180 bracket start n minus 2 bracket close divided by n. Here n means the number of the sides of the polygon. The internal angle of the polygon A is given, that is 165. So it is 180 n minus 360, the whole thing divided by n. So just cross multiply, you will have 165 n equals to 180 n minus 360. 165 n minus 180 n is equals to minus 360. So then you will have minus 15 n equals to minus 360. Minus minus will be cancelled. N will be equals to 360 divided by 15, and that is 24. So there are 24 sides. 24 sides is the right answer, sir. 24 sides is the right answer, and I hope you understand this. This is the solution, and here we go. So we are going to the next question number 3, and it's B part. He says A, B, and C are the points on the circumference of a circle. Center O, angle ABC is x degrees. Their question is, show that the angle OAC is 90 minus x. You see, this angle is x. This is the center. A and C is went to the circumference. The angle subtended by the chord AC at the circumference is x. The AOC is the angle subtended by the chord at the center. So this angle will be the 2 times the angle at the circumference. We know the property is that the angle at the center is 2 times angle at the circumference. Another thing, that this angle and this side OC and OA, they both are equal to each other. It's an equilateral isosceles triangle. So both this angle is OAC angle, suppose its name is alpha. Just for calculation, we name them. And this OCA is also alpha. So alpha plus 2x is equals to 180. So the 2 alpha is equals to 180 minus 2x. So the alpha will be equals to 180 minus 2x, whole thing divided by 2. And you will be able to find out the value of that thing. Okay. So here we have that solution. So the angle AOC is equals to 2 times the angle ABC. That is, the angle at the center is 2 times the angle at the circumference. So the angle AOC will be equals to 2x. Then that triangle is isosceles triangle. So alpha plus 2x is equals to 180, because the triangle AOC is also is isosceles triangle. So 2 alpha will be equals to 180 minus 2x. So alpha will be equals to 90 minus x. That means that the angle OAC is 90 minus x. 90 minus x. So hopefully you understand. This is how this is done. And here we go. So this is the question number 3B, first part. Now we are on the question number B, and its second part. He says the angle BAO is 54 degrees and the angle OCB is 11. Find the value of the x. So this angle, let me show you from the solution. This angle is 54. This small angle here, OCB, is 11. And so this whole angle is 90 minus x. So this angle, only this angle, this portion, this portion will be 90 minus x minus 11. And so this whole angle will be 54 plus 90 minus x, and this angle is x. The sum of this angle, this angle, this angle, I'm talking about the triangle BAC, will be equals to 180. So from there, I will form an equation, and the only variable there will be x, and we will be able to find out the value of the x. Let me show you. So here we have x plus 54 plus alpha minus 11 is equals to 180. So x plus 54, in the place of alpha, I will write 90 minus x. And in the next alpha place, I will write 90 minus x. And then we have minus 11 equals to 180. So this 90, and this 180 will be cancelled. So you will have minus x plus 43 is equal to 0. Minus x will be equal to minus 43. Minus will be cancelled. So x will be equals to 43. So the x will be equals to 43. So this is the solution. X is equal to 43. This is my solution. And here we go to the next part. Question number 4, it's a part. He says complete the table of the values for. Here equation for a function is given. Y is equal to 2 raised to power x divided by 5. And here one value in this table is missing. When the x is 4, what is the value of the y? Simply in this equation, wherever you have the x, substitute that value, and you will be able to find out that. And so y is equals to 2 raised to power 4 divided by 5, and that will be 3.2. So my answer is 3.2. 3.2 is the right answer, sir. So the table is complete. Now we will plot. He says draw the graph of this. Draw the graph of y is equals to 2 raised to power x divided by 5 from x minus 1 to 4. So this is the table. This is x values, y values. So I will plot minus 1 comma 0 0.1, 0 comma 0 0.2, 1 comma 0 0.4, 2 comma 0 0.8, 3 comma 1.6, 4 comma 3.2 on the graph. So you will plot these points, and once you have plotted them, then you will join them with the smooth curve, so you will get this curve. I hope you understand. And then we have, he says, by drawing a suitable line on the grid, solve 2 raised to power x is equals to 6. Here you see, first of all, on the left side, I will make that equation whose main graph do we have. The main graph is of y equals to 2x divided by y divided by 5, sorry. So the equation they gave, that is 2 raised to power x equals to 6. So on both the sides I will divide with the 5. So you will have 2 raised to power x divided by 5 equals to 6 divided by 5. So I have divided with 5 on both the sides. Now you see this side is that expression whose graph is this one, and so whatever is on the right side, that is the expression for the line. So I will write y is equals to 1.2, then I will draw that line. So y equals to 1.2 is this line. I have drawn that line, y equals to 1.2. So when this cuts my main graph, that curve, I will check what is the x value there. So the value of the x there, when that graph cuts the line y equals to 1.2, that curve cuts the straight horizontal line, y equals to 1.2, and there at the point of intersection, I'll check what's the value of the x there, and that value is 2.6. So my answer is x equals to 2.6. They say from 2.5 to 2.7. Our answer is 2.6, which is perfect. I hope you understand how this is done. This question comes in every question of the graph you attempt. Do you find this question? Here we have the question number 4 is D, first part. He says complete the table of the values for y equals 4y is equals to 2x plus 1. So in this equation, wherever is the x, I will substitute it with minus 1, then I will substitute it with the x with the 2, and whatever the values of the y come, I will write them here. So let me show you. So the main equation is y equals to 2x plus 1, whole thing divided by 4. So when in the place of the x you substitute minus 1, the y value will be minus 0.25. In your calculator, you will write 2 bracket start minus 1 bracket close plus 1 equals to divided by 4 equals to, you will get minus 0.25. Then in the place of x, I will substitute 2. So in your calculator, you will write 2 bracket start, 2 bracket close plus 1 equals to divided by 4 equals to, you will get 1.25. So let's check. Our answers are right. This is how this first part is done of the D part. Then the second part, he says on the grid, on the page number 8, draw the graph of 4y equals to 2x plus 1 for minus 1 x value from minus 1 to 4. So I will plot these points on that grid, and you can see I have plotted them, and one point was here, the other point is this, and one point is this. I plotted those 3 points, then I joined them with a straight line. So this is the graph which they are asking to draw, this straight line. Okay, then he says find the x coordinates of the points where the line 4y equals to 2x plus 1 crosses the graph of y is equals to 2x by 5. So where they crosses each other, they cross each other at here and also at here. So this value is minus 0.2, the value of the x there. And at this point of intersection, the value of the x is 3.3. So I will note those values, minus 0.2 and 3.3. I hope you understand. And let's check minus, they say, X coordinates where the rule line this crosses this. Okay, so our answers are right. He says the x coordinates in the part D, third part, are the solutions of the equation this a into 2 raised to power x plus bx plus c equals 0, where a, b, and c are all integers. Use the equation 4y is equals to 2x plus 1, where y is equal to 2 raised to power x divided by 5 to find the exact value of each of the a, b, and c. Okay, so it's a famous question. We are talking about a curve, its equation, and a straight line, its equation. What you will do, you will make their y equals to each other. So we have a curve which is whose equation is y is equals to 2x by 5, and we have uh, that line whose equation is y equals to 2x plus 1 whole thing divided by 4. So because this equation represents the solution of the point, the solution of this equation is actually the point, the x coordinates of the point of intersection between that curve and that line. So we will make them equal to each other. So 2 raised to power x by 5 is equals to 2x plus 1, the whole thing divided by 4. Then we will cross multiply. So 4 into 2 raised to power x is equals to 10x plus 5. So bring all the terms to the left side, and on the right side we will be left with 0. So 4 into 2 raised to power x minus 10x minus 5 equals to 0. So when you compare it with this equation, so what will happen? The a value will be 4, the b value will be minus 10, and the c value will be minus 5. So I hope you understand. A is 4, the b is minus 10, and the c is minus 5. So we are talking about this. This is our answer. So hopefully you understand. It's a very famous question that in which you find an equation. How you get that equation? You have equation of a curve, and you have an equation of a line, and then you equate those lines, those equations with each other, and you make a new equation. So this is how it is done. I hope you understand. Now we are on the question number 5. It's a part. The table shows the population and area of these 3 countries in 2019. So where we have country, the population, and the area in the kilometer square. Sri Lanka 2.18 expo 7 population, area is 6.56 expo 4 kilometer square. South Korea 5.17 expo 7 population and 1.00 expo 5 kilometer square is the area. Pakistan 2.17 expo 8 population and 8.82 expo 5 kilometer square. Write down the value of the smallest population. So how you find out of these, how you decide that which one is the smallest? Smallest is that whose power of the 10 is smallest. So these two have the smallest power, and then on the basis of the coefficient, we decide which one is the smallest. So this has the smallest power and the smallest coefficient. So this one is the smallest. So 2.18 expo 7. 2.18 expo 7 is the smallest population. 2.18 expo 7. 2.18 expo 7 is the smallest population. This is my answer. So here we go. He says find the difference in area between the Sri Lanka and the Pakistan. Give your answer in standard form. So the area of the Sri Lanka is this. Area of the Pakistan is 8.8 expo 5 kilometers square. So we have to find the difference between them. So 8.82 expo 5 minus 6.56 expo 4. I will take 10 raised to power 4 common. So here you are left with 88.2 minus 6.56. This is inside the bracket into 10 raised to power 4. So I will, when you subtract 88.2 from 88.2, you subtract 6.56, you get 81.64 expo 4. So I will move this decimal one step here. So the power will be added here. So 8.164 expo 5, 8.164 expo 5, 8.164 and expo 5 is the right answer, sir. This is how this is done. Question number 5, A part and its third portion. The population density of a country is the number of people per square kilometer. Find the value of the largest population density from these countries. Okay, so if you want to find the population density, so what we will do, we will divide the population with the area, population divided by area, population divided by area. We will find the population density for all of them. and then we will decide which one has the largest population density. So for Sri Lanka, it will be population 2.18 expo 7 divided by 6.56 expo 4, and the answer is 332.32. For South Korea, 5.17 expo 7 divided by 1 expo 5, and the answer is 517 people per square kilometer. And for Pakistan, it is 2.17 expo 8 divided by 8.82 expo 5, and the population density will be 246 people per square kilometer. So the largest population density is of the South Korea, and that is 517 people per kilometer square, and our answer is right. This is the solution. Okay, so question number 5, and it's a B part. Here we have, he says that in standard form, A is equals to 8.6 expo n, and the B is 1.5 expo n minus 1. He says, give your answer in the standard form, find in terms of n, A minus B. So you have to subtract them. This is paper 2. The calculator is allowed. This is very simple. Okay, but here in the power we have n, so the calculator is not that helpful. So 8.6 expo n and minus 1.5 expo n minus 1. So I will move this decimal one step to the right, and so you will have 86 expo n minus 1 minus 1.5 expo n minus 1. So take 10 raised to power n minus 1 common. So in the bracket, you are left with 86.1.5. And so when you 86 minus 1.5, that is 84.5. So this is not the standard form. I will move this decimal one step to the left. So it will become 8.45 expo when I will add one power here. So it will be left only 10 raised to power n. So 8.45 10 raised to power n, 8.45 10 raised to power n. So that answer is right. This is how this is done. Okay, in the second part, question number 5b, second part, he says find A multiply B. So I will multiply these two, very simple. 8.6 multiply 10 raised to power n multiply 1.5 into 10 raised to power n minus 1. So the coefficients will be multiplied with the coefficients, and the exponents will be added up. So 8.6 multiply 1.5, do it on the calculator, you will get 12.9. And the powers, because 10 raised to power n multiply 10 raised to power n minus 1. So your 10 raised to power 2n minus 1. Now move the decimal one step to the left, and you will have 1.29 expo. Here add one power, so this minus 1 will be gone. So you will only left with 10 raised to power 2n. So the final answer is 1.29 expo 2n. 1.29 expo 2n. 1.29 expo 2n is the right answer, sir. This is how this is done. I hope you understand. Okay, so the next question coming up on your screen is question number 6. He says, Sophia takes part in the trial challenge. She walks, then cycles, and then swims. So trial challenge, she walks 6.3 kilometers, cycles 3,000 meters, swims 1,800 meters. Write these distances, walk, ratio cycle, ratio swim, as a ratio in its simplest form. You see, when you write three things in the ratio, this is important. Whenever you write the things in the ratio, their unit must be same. So the easiest thing to do here, that represent all of them in meter. Represent all of them in meter. So what we will do, we will write them 63,000 in 6.3 kilometer. You will have 63,000, and cycling is 3,000, and swim is 1,800. So 63,000 ratio 3,000 ratio 1,800. So cancel these two zeros. So 63 ratio 30 ratio 18. So divide with the 3. So you will have 21 ratio 10 ratio 6. So the 21 ratio 10 ratio 6 is my answer. I hope you understand. 21 ratio 10 ratio 6 is the answer, sir. So then we have question number 6, and it's B part. He says, Sophia walks at an average speed of 1.4 meter per second. She completes the walk at 11:05. Find the time she starts walking. Okay, so the walking is 66.3 kilometers. In meters, it is 6,300 meters. And we know the speed is 1.4 meter per second of her walking. And so I will find out how much time she walked, and then I will be able to tell when she started walking. So the time is equal to distance divided by speed. The distance she walked is 6,300 meters. The speed is 1.4 meter per second. So when you divide 6,300 with 1.4, you get 4,500 seconds. So convert this 4,500 seconds into minutes. For that, you will have to divide it with the 60. You will get 75 minutes. And 75 minutes mean 60 minutes mean 1 hour and 15 minutes. So 75 minutes means 1 hour and 15 minutes. She finished her walk at 11:05. So when she started walking, so for that purpose, subtract the time of walk. So 11:05 from it, subtract 1 hour and 15 minutes. So because from 5 minutes we cannot subtract 15 minutes, so I will borrow 1 hour from these hours. When that 1 hour will come here, it will be 60 minutes. So 5 minutes plus 65 minutes, it will become 65 minutes. Here 10 hours are left. 65 minus 15, that is 50 minutes. 10 hour minus 1 hour is 9 hours. So at 9:50 she started walking. At 9:50 she started walking. So at 9:50 she started walking. Hopefully you understand our answers are right. This is how this is done. Okay, so question number 6, and now we are on its C part. He says Sophia cycles a distance of 300 meter correct to the nearest 10 meter. Because this is correct to the nearest 10 meters, so I will divide the 10 meter with the 2. You will get 5 meters. If you add 5 meter into 3,000, you will get the upper bound. If you subtract 5 meters from 3,000 meters, you will get the lower bound. She cycles this distance in a time of 450 seconds correct to the nearest 10 seconds. So I will divide that 10 seconds with the 2, you will get 5 seconds. If I will add those 5 seconds into 450, I will get the upper bound of the time. If I will subtract from 455 seconds, I will get the lower bound of the time. He says calculate the upper bound for her average cycling speed in meters per second. So very simple, we have to find out. So 10 meter divided by 2, that is plus minus 5 meter. Distance is 3,000 meters. Its upper bound will be 3,005 meter. Its lower bound will be 2,995 meter. The time is correct to 10 seconds. So divide 10 seconds with the 2, you get 5 seconds. So the time is 450 seconds. Its upper bound will be 455 seconds, and its lower bound will be 445 seconds. Now they want me to find the upper bound of the speed. The speed is equal to the distance divided by time. If you want the upper bound of the speed, you have to take the upper bound of the distance, and you will have to take the lower bound of the time. Because the speed is coming by dividing these two quantities, if you want the upper bound of the speed, the distance upper bound must be taken and the times lower bound must be taken. So that's why the speed will be equal to 3005 meter divided by 445 seconds, and that will be 6.75 meter per second. So when you convert this into fraction, it is 6 whole 67 by 89 meter per second. You can write 6.75 meter per second, or you can say 6 whole 67 by 89 meter per second. This is my solution. Hopefully you understand. So we are going to the next question. The next question is 7, is A part. On Monday, the amount of money spent on a website by each customer was recorded. The table shows from $0 to $30 P, and from $30 to $40 18, from $40 to $50 24, from $50 to $60 19, from $60 to $90 24. He says that the histogram shows some of the results. So the histogram is represented for the first class and then the second class. Here the histogram on the y-axis we have the frequency density. On the x-axis we have that money which they have spent. Their question is find the value of the P. So the P is the frequency of the first class. Its histogram is here. So simply find the area of this first the histogram of the for the first class. So if you find the area of that histogram for the first class, that will be equal to its frequency. Its length is 30, its width is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. So if you will multiply 30 with the 0.5, you will get 15. So the p value is 15. The p value is 15. This is the answer. Hopefully you understand. Okay, I hope you understand how this is done. Then the question is complete the histogram. If you want to complete the histogram, you will have to find the frequency density of this class, and this class. If you want to find the frequency density of these classes, the formula for the frequency density is frequency divided by the class width. So we have to find out the class width of each class. So the class width for this is 30, for this it is 10, for this it is 10, for this class it is 10, for this class it is 30. So 24 divided by 10, 19 divided by 10, and 24 divided by 30. So here you can see I have found the frequency density of those classes. Frequency density is frequency of the class divided by the class width. So for the third class, it will be 24 by 10, that is 2.4. Frequency density is for the third class is 2.4. Frequency density for the fourth class is 19 divided by 10, that is 1.9. And the frequency density for the fifth class is 24 by 30. This is frequency divided by the class width. 24 divided by 30, and that is 0.8. So now I know the frequency density for the third class, which is from 40 to 50, it is 2.4. So I have drawn this. Then the frequency density for the fourth class, which is from 50 to 60, is 1.9. So I have drawn this bar, histogram, you can say. And the frequency density for the last class, the fifth class, is 0.8. And that class is from 60 to 90. So 0.8. And this is how we have completed this histogram. On the y-axis, we have frequency density, and on the x-axis, we have that the money which they spent. Hopefully, you understand this is the paperwork which we have done. And let me show you. This is okay. So you can see our answers are right. Okay, so we are going to the next part. In the next part, he says one of these customers is selected at random to receive a discount voucher. Calculate the probability that this customer spent more than $50. So the people who spend more than $50 are 19 and 24. So we will add them up and divide it by the total. And so the people who spend more than $50 are 19 plus 24. And the total people in the whole survey are 15 plus 18 plus 24 plus 19 plus 24. So you will have 43 by 100. So 43 by 100 is the probability. So our answer is right. This is the solution. And we simply added them up. That shows. Okay, so we are on the question number 7, B part. He says the table shows the amount of money spent on a website by each customer on Tuesday. Amount of the money from 0 to 30, from 30 to 40, 16 people. Here you have 22 people. From 40 to $50, 24 people. From 50 to $60, 19 people. From 60 to 90 people, $90, sorry, is 14 people. Their question is calculate an estimate of the mean. If you want to find out the mean, you will have to find out the mid values. We call them the mid values or the class marks. We also call it class mark. We also call it mid values. So the mid value of this class, 0 plus 30 equals to divided by 2, that is 15. Mid value for this class is 30 plus 40 equals to divided by 2 equals to, that is 35. For the mid value for this class will be 40 plus 50 equals to divided by 2, and that will be 45. Mid value for this class will be 50 plus 60 equals to divided by 2 equals to 55. So here you will have 60 plus 90 equals to divided by 2 equals to, that is 75. So once you know the mid values, so these will be the x values and this will be the frequency. So what we will do, we will multiply them. So this will give me fx. So multiply the mid value with the frequency, multiply the mid value with the frequency, multiply mid value with the frequency. We also call the mid values class marks. 55 multiply 19, 75 multiply 14. So the mean is equals to the summation fx divided by the summation f. So you will have 15 multiply 22 plus 35 multiply 16 plus 45 multiply 24 plus 55 multiply 19 plus 75 multiply 14. And downstairs you will have summation f. So add up all the frequencies. You will have 22 plus 16 plus 24 plus 19 plus 14. So you will have 4065 divided by 95. And that will be 42.79, which is approximately 42.8. So the mean is 42.8. Our answer is right. This is how we have done that. And here we go. So we are on the question number 7. and its B part and its second portion. An error was made and one of the sales on Tuesday was not included in the table. That customers that customer spent $41. Tristan says if that value had been included in the table, then the estimated mean would have been higher. Without calculation, explain why he is correct. It's a 1 mark question. You see, if one number which they have missed is of $41, so that will come in this class, and the frequency will become 25, and then you will do the whole process and you will find the mean. So that number is basically 41, but the mid value or the class mark for this class which we use for finding the mean is 45, which is higher than 41. So if there the frequency will increase by 1, so here 45 will be used, not 41. So the estimated mean value will be 100% more than the actual mean. So I hope you understand what I'm talking about. 41 is in this class, which is from 40 to 50. Mid value of this class is 45, which is more than 41. So the mean would have been higher. The estimated mean would have been higher because you will use 45 as the class mark, whereas the actual number entered is 41. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. This is the answer. You can pause the video and take your time. So here we go. So I hope you understand. Now we are going to question number 8. He says A part here, a rectangle is given. The length of a rectangle R is twice its width. The rectangle R has a perimeter of 20.4 centimeter. Find the length and the width of the rectangle, and it's a 2 marks question. Suppose the width is x, then the length is 2 times. So this will be how much? 2x. And the perimeter is 22.4. So x plus 2x plus 2x will be equals to 20.4, and we can find the value of x from there. Once I know the value of the x, then I will be able to tell how much is the length and how much is the width. So the perimeter is 2 bracket start length plus width bracket close. So 2 bracket start length is 2x and the width is x. So and that is equal to 20.4. The perimeter is 20.4. So you will have 6x equals to 20.4. X will be equals to 20.4 divided by 6, and x will be equals to 3.4. That means the width, which is x, is 3.4 centimeter, and the length, which is 2 multiply x, that is 2 into 3.4, and that is 6.8 centimeter. So the width is 3.4 centimeter and the length is 6.8 centimeter, and our answer is right. This is the solution, and here we go. Question number 8 and its B part. He says the rectangle S is mathematically similar to the rectangle R. Rectangle S has a perimeter of 30.6 centimeter. Calculate the length of the rectangle S. You see, rectangle R and the rectangle S, they both are similar to each other. So because both the rectangles are similar to each other, so what will happen? The ratio between their perimeters, because the perimeter is a length, will be equals to the ratio between their lengths, because they are similar to each other. So the perimeter of the S ratio perimeter of the R will be equal to the length of the S divided by the length of the R. The perimeter of the S is 30.6, the perimeter of the R is 20.4, and the length of the S is question, the length of the R is 6.8. So the length of the S will be equals to 30.6 divided by 20.4 multiply 6.8, and that will be 10.2. So 10.2 is my answer. 10.2 centimeter is the right answer, sir. This is how it is done. So we are going to the next part. So we have question number 8 and its B part. He says a piece of the card is a sector of a circle with the sector angle 75 degree and radius 8 centimeter. Find an expression in terms of the pi for the arc length of the sector. Give your answer in its simplest form. You know the arc length, the formula for the arc length is theta by 362 pi r. Don't put the value of the pi there because they want the in terms of the pi. So the arc is theta by 362 pi r. The theta value is 75 degrees and the radius here is 8. So you will have 75 divided by 360 multiply 2 multiply pi multiply 8. So 75 multiply 8 divided by 360 multiply 2, that is 10 by 3. So your final answer will be 10 pi by 3. 10 pi by 3 is the right answer, sir. This is how you do question number 8B, first part. So this is my solution. Okay. So here we have, he says, the piece of the card forms the curved surface area of a cone. The cone is filled to the top with the water. Calculate the volume of the water in the cone. You see, try to understand, try to remember the fact which I'm going to tell you. And whenever you fold this sector and you make a cone with it, the slant height, uh, you know, the radius of that sector becomes the slant height of the cone, and the arc of that sector becomes the circumference of the base of the cone. So I hope you understand what I'm talking about. So this is how this is done, and the arc will be equals to the arc of that sector becomes the circumference of the base of the cone. So the arc was 10 pi by 3, we know in this part, and the circumference of that top of that cone, that will be 2 pi r. I am representing the radius of the that circumference with the capital R. So pi will be cancelled, so the radius will be 5 by 3. So now I know the radius of this cone, I know the slant height of this cone, that is 8. I want to find out what is the vertical height of this cone. You know the relationship between the slant height, the height, and the radius is L square is equals to A square plus R square. So it will be 8 square equals to R square plus 5 by 3 whole square. So it will be 64 minus 25 by 9 is equal to A square. So A square will be equals to 551 divided by 9. Take square root on both the sides, you will have 7.82. So I know the vertical height of the cone. I know the vertical height of the cone is 7.82. Now we can very easily find the volume of the cone. The formula for the volume of the cone is 1 by 3 pi r square h. So 1 by 3 into pi into the radius of the cone is 5 by 3. So it's square. Into the height is 7.82. So you will, when you enter these values, 1 divided by 3 multiply pi multiply 25 multiply 9 multiply 7.82, you will get 22.75. So the volume is 22.8. My answer is 22.8. 22.8 is the answer, sir. So this is the solution. 22.8 is this is my solution. Okay. So this is how this is done. So here we have question number 9, and question number 9 is A, B, and C are points on a horizontal ground. The bearing of the B from A is 72 degrees. So this angle is how much? 72 degrees. And the bearing of the C from A is 205. So the bearing of the C is 205. So from 205, if you subtract this 72, you will be able to find the angle CAB. Okay. So this is a very, very important work on the diagram. Their question is calculate the BC, get this angle, and their question is this: how you will find the BC? If you know these two sides and you know the included angle between them, you can apply the law of cosine, the cosine rule, and you can find the side BC very easily. It's a 4-mark question. So let me show you. Okay, so here we have. So the bearing of the B from A is 72. The bearing of the C from A is 205. So the angle between the AC and the AB will be 205 minus 72. So the angle CAB will be 133. So in the triangle ABC, I know the angle CAB, that is 133. And I will apply the law of cosine or cosine rule. It says A square is equals to B square plus C square minus 2BC cos of A. So A square will be equals to 95 square plus 170 square minus 2 multiply 95 multiply 170 multiply cos of 133. So that will be 59953.55. So take square root on both the sides. So the A value will be 244.85. So that means the BC is 245 meter. BC is 245 meter. So the BC value is 245 meter. 245 is the right answer, sir. This is how this is done. Hopefully you understand. So now question number 9 and its B part. Their question is find the bearing of the A from the C. So I will draw a north here, you know, and I will try to find out this angle and this angle. Let me say this angle is alpha, this angle is suppose beta. Alpha will be 360 minus 205. You get the alpha. Alpha plus beta will be equals to 180 because these two are the parallel lines. So these two are the allied angles. The sum of the allied angles is equal always equals to 180. So I will find first of all the alpha. Alpha will be 360 minus 205. Once you know the alpha, alpha plus beta will be 180 because they are the allied angles of the parallel lines. Once you know the beta, beta is the bearing of the A from C. A from C means on the C you draw a knot. From that knot you go clockwise to the CA line. So that is angle beta. I just named it myself. So here we have the solution. Alpha plus 205 according to that diagram is equal to 360. So alpha equals to 360 minus 205. So the alpha will be equals to 155. Beta plus the alpha is equals to 180 because they are the line angles. And beta plus 155 is equals to 180. So beta will be equals to 180 minus 155. So the beta is 25. So 25 is the bearing of the A from C. 025 is the bearing of the A from C. Hopefully you understand. This is the solution. So now question number 9 and its C part. He says the point D lies on the horizontal ground due south of A and due east of C. Show that the AD is 86.1 meter, correct to one decimal place. It is you have to show it's a 2 marks question. From here to here, because the D is in the south, so this is 180 degree, and we know that this angle here, that is 205. So from 205, if you will subtract 180, the rest will be 25 degree, and that if I know this angle is 25, then it's a right angle triangle. To finding the AD will be very simple, simple, simple. So let me show you here. I think I've shown here. Yeah. So from here to here, this angle is 205. From here to here, it is 180 degrees. So from 205 subtract 180, you will get 25. So in this right angle triangle, I know this is 25 degrees. This is hypotenuse, that is 95. So according to this angle, this is the base, which is the question. AD is the question. So I am going to use cos 25 will be equal to the base by hypotenuse, AD by 95. And the AD will be equal to 95 multiplied cos 25. So the AD will be equals to 86.099, which is 86.1. So the AD value will be 86.1. 86.1. Then he says a point X is at the top of a vertical mast at A. The angle of the elevation of the X from B is 7 degree. Calculate the angle of the elevation of the X from the D. Okay, very simple, straightforward question. You see, on A, we have a mast, and you look at the top of the mast from B. The AB is 170 meter, and the angle of the elevation is 7 degree, and the AX is the question. So tan 7 will be equals to AX divided by 170. We have applied that rule. So the AX will be equals to 170 multiplied tan 7, and AX will be equals to 170 multiplied tan 7, that's 20.87. So the AX value, that's the height of that mast, that is 20.87. Then you look at the same mast from the point D, and the angle of elevation is question. The distance between the A and the D is 86.1. So that angle is question 86.1, and the height is 20.87. So I will apply tan theta. So tan theta will be equal to 20.87 divided by 86.1. So theta will be equal to tan inverse of 0.244. So that will be 13.63. So the angle of the elevation of the X from the D is 13.63. So let's look at the answer. 86 point and sorry, it is 13 point something. So here we go. So the answer is 13.6. Is the answer is right? Our answers are right, sir. Okay, so we are on the last question. Question number 10 is A part. He says F is the point 6, 1, G is the point -2, 4, and the GH is column vector is given -1, -8. Calculate the FH. First of all, I will have to find out FH. The position vector of the F is given, that is 6, 1, is column vector. The position vector of the G, OG is given, that's -2 and 4. I can find FG from here. FG, apply the position vector formula, OF plus FG will be equals to OG. So FG will be equals to -2, 4, -6, 1. So from the OG minus the OF, so the FG will be equals to -8, 3. So if you want to find out the FH, so what we will do, FH will be equals to FG plus GH. FH will be equals to -8, 3, and GH is already given there, -1, -8. So X and X will be added, subtracted, Y and the Y will be added, subtracted. So you will have -9, -5. So once you know the value of the FH, I can find now its magnitude. The formula for the magnitude is x squared plus y squared and square root on this. So you will have the square of the -9 and square of the -5 and the square root on top of this. And that will be 81 plus 25. And then it's 106, take its square root, and that is 10.295. So it's 10.3. 10.3 is the right answer, sir. Okay, so we have now we have that question number 10, it's B part. Here we have OA is equals to small a, OB is equal to small b, and the AC is the K times B. X is the point on the OC side, that the OX is equals to MOC. Write OX in terms of M, K, A, and B. So if you want to find out the OX, so if you want to find out the OX, first of all, I will find OC. You see the OC will be equals to OA plus AC, and the OC will be equals to A, and this AC is K times B. Let me increase the size so you can see it. And so it will be A plus KB. So the OX, if you want to find the OX is equals to M times OC. So if you have the value of the OC, just put that value here. So OX will be equals to M bracket A plus KB bracket close. So this is OX will be equals to M bracket A plus KB. So this is how you will do this. Let's check this answer. So I hope this, yeah, this answer is right. So in the last part, he says the bx is equals to 3 by 5, a minus 1 by 2, b. Find the value of the k. It's a 3 marks part, and we will, you see, we can find the bx value through another way. And then because they have also given us a bx value, then we will compare them. And from there, we will be able to find the value of the k. So the method which we are going to use, bx will be equals to b, go from b to o, from o go to x. So the bx will be equals to minus b plus ma plus m times kb. So we have ma plus, take the b common from them, so b bracket mk minus 1. Now, because you see, this is bx, this is also bx. That means their coefficients must be same. So compare their coefficients. So m will be equals to 3 by 5. And the coefficient of the b here is minus 1 by 2. The coefficient of the b here is mk minus 1. So minus 1 by 2 is equals to, put the m value here, that's 3 by 5. So 3 by 5k minus 1. So take this minus 1 to the other side. So minus 1 by 2 plus 1 equals to 3 by 5k. So minus 1 by 2 plus 1, that's 1 by 2 equals 3 by 5k. So k will be equals to, just cross multiply here. So the k will be equals to 5 by 6. K will be equals to 5 by 6. So let me reduce the size so you can see the whole thing together. So the value of the k is 5 by 6. So our answer is right. So this is done, and we are done with this paper. So so my dear students, today we have completed the May June 2023 2-2 paper, and I have tried my best to explain you the processes, the procedures, best to my knowledge and best to my abilities. I hope that this video will be helpful to you. If you find this video helpful and useful, please share the link of this video with your friends, with your class fellows, with your teachers, and also share the link of this video onto your WhatsApp, onto your Facebook, onto your Twitter accounts, because when you do this, this helps me to promote my channel. I think it's a great blessing for me that I can make these videos and be helpful to so many students around the globe and make their lives easy, and their student and their teachers' life easy, their parents' life easy. Thank you very much. Have a good day. God bless you all.